And good evening there, baseball fans. Welcome to another
Leading
edition
off for Merritton at the top
of
of the first
NDBA
inning,
Game Day Live.
the third baseman, number 15, Ben Collins.
My name is Corey LeBlanc, solo in the booth tonight here at Welland Stadium for game number 1 of this 5-game set between the Merritton Alliance and the Welland Pioneers. And we're all set to get going here. First pitch from Ben Baltrusiunas tonight. Drops down low, and this is leadoff man Ben Collins for the Alliance. Alliance playing in the semifinals thanks to a 2-1 series win over the Niagara Falls Expos. They cleaned that one up nicely on Sunday afternoon. Mercy rule victory to take game 3, and they're hoping the offense can keep rolling against this high-powered Welland team. As there's another strike from Ben Baltrusiunas, and it's 1-2 to Ben Collins here early on. Bringing the starting lineups here, and we'll also get the camera adjusted as we go here tonight. Taking a chopped foul is Ben Collins, and he stays alive. Leadoff man for the Merritton Alliance. Batted .263 in the regular season, 9 RBI. The 1-2. Popped into center field. Frank Barber's tracking. He's got a long way to go, and he's going to come up with that one. Makes an over-the-shoulder catch for out number 1. So the Pioneers showing
Now batting for Merritton, shortstop, number 8.
Fantastic outfield. Left to right. They ring in some of the best defensive stuff. Yeah, moving right along here is Matt Brady, but before he takes pitch number 1, we will give you the starting lineup for Merritton. Ben Collins, who we just saw fly out to center field. Matt Brady behind him. Adam Hope is at second base batting third. Mark Fusco, 7 for 10, 3 RBI. In that Niagara Falls Expos series, he's in the cleanup spot tonight. Cole Cote center field behind him. Dave Collins is at first, followed by Jeff Young in right field. And Steve Maurice is DHing tonight. Drew Chappelle rounds out this Merritton lineup in left field. Going with 9 guys tonight. Mateo Ramundo is set to go on the mound in the bottom half for Merritton. It'll be his first start of the playoffs, his first appearance. That one falls down and away from Matt Brady, and it's 2-1. Brady was .346 on the regular season. He's playing shortstop today. On the ground, right back to Baltrusiunas, who jogs it over to first base for out number 2.
Now batting the second baseman, number 2, Adam Hope.
So Ben Baltrusiunas in his second season with the Welland Pioneers gets the nod in game 1. This is the Pioneers' first playoff game as they earn the bye in round 1. NDBA pennant winners this year, so Baltrusiunas 4th among eligible pitchers in ERA this season at .237. In 41 in the third innings, he allowed 14 runs. Second on the team with 37 strikeouts. Only Willis Newton has more. So taking ball 2 away is number 2, Adam Hope. So Ben Baltrusiunas getting the nod in game number 1, and he's earned that right. He has bolstered this Welland pitching staff in 2023. Cut on and missed from Hope there. Looks like he got a piece, and it's 2-2. Got another good day for baseball here in Niagara. Shot. Misses away. Full count. 2 down here in the top of the first. The bases are empty. And Adam Hope, the batter. The payoff pitch from Baltrusionis. Popped up on the infield. Buckborough trying to get under it, and he doesn't have a play. Well, Buckborough and Brian Lepp were converging on that one as they exited the right side of your screen there, and Buckborough laid out for it, and it just fell under his glove there. So Hope gets second life, and we'll see another 3-2 from Baltrusionis. 2 down here in the top of the first. On the ground, through the center fielder for a base hit. Adam Hope serves one right back up the middle, and Merritton has a base runner with 2 down here.
The catcher, number 16, Mark Fusco.
So Merritton hoping this guy can stay hot. This is the cleanup man, Mark Fusco. Mentioned when I was delivering the lineups, he was 7 for 10 in the series against the Niagara Falls Expos, drove in 3 runs. He and Dave Davidson, Fusco in the 3 spot, Davidson in the 4 spot, were a lethal combination. Davidson not in the lineup tonight, but Merritton hoping they can keep up with their offense here. They're not going to beat this Welland team 2-1, and I think they know that on the bench. The need in this series will be to score and score often. Shot from Baltrusionis flies high, and it's 1-0 to Mark Fusco. If he can extend this inning, rookie Cole Cote, and behind him 389 on the regular season. Another one sails high. Baltrusionis digs in, and he's going to check on first, and he nearly had him over there. Good move. Count is 2-0 to Matt Brady. There are 2 down here in the top of the first. Adam Hope, right side of your screen, is at first. Inside on Fusco, 3-0. See if Merritton can make a run here with 2 down. 3-0 pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. So it could have been that Baltrusionis knew what he was dealing with there, and Mark Fusco. That's a hot bat.
Now batting the center fielder, number 12.
But it doesn't get much
Cote.
easier when you're looking behind him here, Cole Cote and Dave Collins coming up. There are 2 down, so the Pioneers just need the 1 ground ball here. Ground ball, fly ball, whatever you can get. But now there's some pressure on. Cote lays off that first one upstairs, ball 1. This is game 1 of the semifinal series. Winner moves on to play in the NDBA finals that will likely take place after OBAs. That is the September 1st to 3rd weekend, Labor Day weekend. 2 balls, no strikes to Cole Cote. Takes a hack. And that one sails up and over. Back into the parking lot here at Welland Stadium. Really a nice facility here in Welland if you've never been. The parent team here, the Welland Jackfish, did a nice job of putting a fresh coat of paint on it, sprucing it up with some advertisements. Shot into center field. That one's coming down quickly, and Barber's under it for the catch. 2 circus catches from Frankie Barber in the top of the first. Keeps Merritton off the score sheet. So it'll be Mateo Raimondo and the Merritton defense in the bottom half. When we come back, stick with us through the break.
Leading off for Welland in the bottom of the first inning, the center fielder, number 25, Frank Barber.
Hey, welcome back there, baseball fans, to bottom of the first inning here from Welland Stadium tonight, this Wednesday night, Game 1 of our coverage from this semifinal series, Welland and Merritton. Both of these teams fought hard in the regular season, Merritton claiming the 4 seed, and Welland, of course, taking the pennant this year, earning that first round bye, so they've been off a couple of weeks. And that said, this is the first swings for most of these batters in about a fortnight. Leading things off here, this is Frankie Barber. Number 25, patrolling center field. You saw him make a couple circus catches there in the top of the first inning.
And I'm listening to the news coming home, and it's a Sudbury station, and the guy doing the news is Rod Mahoy.
Popped up and out of play from Barber.
Clearly, it's got to be like remote, right? He's probably sitting in the basement. And I thought that's strange. And I listened, like I heard the name.
Barber batted .301 in the regular season. Most of these batters for Welland today were well above 300 on the campaign. This is a number 1 ranked offense for Welland that features a bunch of big bats. Barber's one of those consistent guys that just hits for average. He seems to find all of his spots, and he uses his legs to get on base. There he uses his batting eye and takes a leadoff walk from Mateo Raimondo. Starting pitcher today for Merritton.
Now batting for Welland, the third baseman, number 3, Chico Anderi.
So here comes number 3, Chico Anderi. He's playing third base today. And before he goes any further, we'll watch this first pitch from Raimondo fall in for a ball. We'll give you the starting lineup for the Welland Pioneers tonight. And it's brought to you by the Welland Jackfish Baseball Club. Get hooked on Welland Jackfish Baseball. Frankie Barber leading things off. You saw him draw a leadoff walk. Chico Anderi behind him. He's at third base. Mark Jaroslawski, MVP candidate for sure. In right field, 417. Brian Lett, 394, is at first base. Rookie Blake Coward, sensation who's come on to the club and made an immediate impact. He's batting 5th tonight. Shortstop. Nick Buckborough behind him at catcher. Joe Mahalev playing second base. Kevin Murphy in left. And Corey LeGros is in the 9 spot, DHing tonight for the Pioneers. And there's a shot into right field, a base hit from Chico Anderi. So the Pioneers wasting no time here. First 2 men aboard in the bottom of the first.
Now batting the right fielder, number 27, Mark Jaroslawski.
So here comes the big man himself, is Mark Jaroslawski. Number 27 in your program, number 1 in many offensive categories this year, including hits. Takes a first pitch strike from Raimondo. Pioneers saying they're looking for some vintage moments from guys today on the mound, and they'll look to Raimondo first. They went to Cam McKnight twice in that series against the Expos, and Cam's pretty burnt out by the sounds of it. Not even available tonight if they want it. That one's fouled off by Jaroslawski, and it's 0-2. It's fun to watch this Welland Pioneers club play. They hit the ball well. And there's not a guy in their lineup that isn't capable of stroking one over that wall there, that deep fence at Welland Stadium. No balls, 2 strikes to Mark Jaroslawski. There's nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Sails up and away. Good spot from Raimondo there as he tries to get Welland's slugger.
Today was Father Sunday. The kids come out and his son.
It's Frankie Barber at second and Chico Anderi over at first base.
Maybe it's not his kid. There is a guy named yours.
That's his grandfather.
Popped up. Straight away center field. Cole Cote's coming in a long way, and he makes the grab. It's not deep enough to move up any runners.
Now batting the first baseman, number 24, Brian Lepp.
So one down now, and this is another man who's been hitting the baseball well. This is Brian Lepp. I mentioned a lot of the batters in this lineup have put a really good season together. There was a point in this year where Brian Lepp had a 7-game hitting streak. Collected hits in 12 of 13 games, including a couple of 3-hit games in that span. Lepp cruised to a .394 average this year and 66 at-bats. And he's in the cleanup spot today for Welland in game number 1. That one sails up and in on him, and it's quickly 2-0. Just realizing, too, we never gave you the lowdown on Mateo Raimondo. He's pitched a lot in 2023, actually. 34 2/3 innings, as opposed to just 8 1/3 in 2022. 24 earned runs for a .485 ERA. This on the ground from Lepp. Tough play at third there for Ben Collins, but he makes the throw. In time to cut down Brian Lepp, 2 down.
Now batting the shortstop, number 26, Blake Cower.
So nice play by Ben Collins over at third base, and there are 2 down now. This is the rookie, Blake Cower.
He was the guy that called with the Batista back on TV.
Cower stands in .377 on the regular season, tied for the team high in RBI at 22. And he takes a first pitch strike from Raimondo.
You know where he got his broadcasting start? A name I haven't heard for ages. He got his broadcasting start with the Baltimore Stickbacks.
There you go. That's my team.
Raimondo fires. That's in the dirt. Good block from Dave Collins behind the dish. Ben and Dave Collins have held down this infield. They played very well defensively, I gotta say, in that Expos series. I watched a couple of those games, had them for you live here at NDBA Senior, and the difference it makes when those two are together. Big swing and a miss there from Cower, and it's 1-2. So Raimondo let the first 2 runners on base. He's seemingly worked himself out of trouble here. He's just 1 strike away from cleaning up the side. The 1-2 to Blake Cower. Breaking ball taken into left field. Going back is Drew Chappelle, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So the Pioneers threaten and push a couple runners into scoring position and leave them stranded. No score as we make our way to the top of the second inning. Stick with us through the break.
Leading off for Merritton in the top of the second inning, the first baseman, number 1, Dave Collins.
Hey, welcome back there, baseball fans, to the top of the second inning here in our Game 1 coverage between the Alliance and Pioneers. We got no score so far. It's a good defensive clinic put on by these two clubs in the first. And we got Dave Collins, Jeff Young, and Steve Maurice, the 6, 7, 8 batters for Merritton, due up this half inning. Facing Ben Baltrus-Eunice, who has been a firecracker of a pitcher this year. He has emerged as this team's number 1 starter. And he gets the nod here in Game 1. He's got Dave Collins 0-2. And Dave just pokes the bat out there. This could be trouble. Coming on, Chico Anderi makes a good strong throw, and it's in time. Boy, Anderi charged on that ball hard, and he cut off the shortstop, Blake Cower, to get it.
The right fielder, number 3, Jeff Young.
And with that arm and that throw, why not? Anderi cuts down Dave Collins for the first out here in the second. And it brings us to the right fielder, Jeff Young. Oh, and he plunks him. First pitch. So Merritton has runners aboard here with 1 down in the second, and Steve Maurice will dig in.
Now batting the DH, number 6, Steve Maurice.
Maurice had a little bit of a stutter step in series number 1. Only played in a couple of games, but didn't quite get in on that hit parade on Sunday. He was held stymied for a little while there. Shot into center field, a base hit. There's a good piece from Steve as he pops one into center. Lions moving now with 1 down here in the inning.
Now batting the left fielder, number 26, Drew Chappelle.
And now it's the bottom of the lineup here for Merritton, number 26. And it's the left fielder, Drew Chappelle. Drew had a pretty good campaign, 289, 6 RBI in 38 at-bats. There's a point in this regular season where he played pretty consistently. He's in the lineup tonight in the absence of Dave Davidson. The Lions said it was frustrating not having all of 9 guys over the course of the regular season. Sunday they scored 15 runs, and they said it was the first time they had their ideal 9 in the mix. Tonight they're without Tyler Goss and Drew Chappelle. But otherwise, a pretty complete lineup here for Merritton. They're going to need to put up some runs here. Again, this is a very high-powered Welland offense. 1-1 to Chappelle. That one sails up and in. 2 balls and a strike. One down in the top of the second inning. We got Jeff Young at second and Steve Maurice over at first base. Breaking ball from Baltrus-Eunice. Fouled off from Chappelle.
There's supposed to be a chance. There's a people like a thunderstorm supposed to come in. Yesterday it was going to be at 6:30.
Baltrus-Eunice taking a long look over at Jeff Young at second, and the shot is a bit upstairs. Full count. Leadoff man Ben Collins awaits on deck. 0 for 1. Payoff pitch. No, timeout. Looks like Nick Buckborough behind the plate may have called time. No score. Top of the second inning. Ducks on the pond here for Drew Chappelle and the Merritton Alliance. On the ground, could be two. Cower to second for one. On to first, not in time. Well, that ball may have rolled just a little bit too slowly at Blake Cower. He makes a good throw over to second, and the relay was on time. Drew Chappelle just had a little too much leg, and the inning goes on.
Now batting the third baseman, number 15, Ben Collins.
So the lineup turns over for Merritton, and they got the leadoff man, Ben Collins. Runners are now on the corners for Merritton. Looking to strike first here in game number 1. Set the tone. It's important when you got some big bats on the other side. On the ground, left side, Blake Cower makes a throw away from the bag on the money and in time to retire Ben Collins. So the Alliance push runners to scoring position once again and come up just short. No score as we go to the bottom of the second. Stick with us through the break.
Hi, Nick Buckborough.
Hey, welcome back there, NDBA fans, to the bottom of the second inning here in our Game 1 coverage between the Merritton Alliance and Welland Pioneers. We got no score so far. The number 4s on the mound are Mateo Raimondo and Ben Balchasunis, and they're spinning a good one so far. So leading things off here, bottom of the second, this is the catcher, Nick Buckborough. It'll be Joe Mahalev and Kevin Murphy. The 6, 7, 8 batters for Welland. Due up here in the bottom of the second. So 1-1 to Nick Buckborough. Does take a cut there. Oh, and no. I thought for sure he went around. So 2 balls and a strike to Nick Buckborough, leadoff man here in the second inning. Raimondo 1 hit and 1 walk given up in that bottom of the first, and he managed to get himself out of a jam. Both teams playing some pretty good defensive ball today. Shot upstairs, and he loses Nick Buckborough, leadoff walk for the second straight inning.
Now batting for the Pioneers, the second baseman, number 22, Joe Mahalev.
Now here's the veteran Joe Mahalev, playing in his first season as a Welland Pioneer. He comes over from the de facto Rose City Thorns. Obviously was not looking for a change of scenery. Thorns moved to Beamsville this year, and Mahalev stays put. Raimundo's pitched well thus far. You would prefer to get some swings going. On the ground, then Dave Collins to second for one, and the throw to first is away from... Sorry, there's some defensive changes there by the looks of it. Few still catching tonight. Okay.
Now batting the left fielder, number 14, Kevin Murphy.
So the Lions got the lead runner there. Sorry, just a little bit of confusion on my call. And Mahalev to second on the overthrow of first base by Adam Hope. So now here comes Kevin Murphy. Murphy's in left field today. He batted .267 on the regular season in 30 at-bats. Takes a breaking ball from Raimundo upstairs. 1-1. Shot upstairs from Raimundo, 2-1. Again, you would prefer, if you're Mateo Raimundo and the Merritton Alliance, to try to generate some swings off of guys. Raimundo doesn't appear to be hitting all of his spots today, but the Merritton defense has been sound thus far. That one in there for strike number 2. Catches the inside corner. Murphy trying to keep the line moving. Corey LeGros, the designated hitter, is on deck. The 2-2. Got him! Strike 3! Breaking ball sinks in for Raimundo, and he absolutely freezes Kevin Murphy for out number 2.
Now batting the DH, number 44, Corey LeGros.
So now here comes the number 9 guy. This is the DH, Corey LeGros. Corey's in the lineup today in place of Scott Cole. Obviously some shifting needed to happen with Cole out of the lineup. Oh, camera battery dead. Lovely. Change that out.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 3, Chico Anderi.
Second base side there. Your hand can extend a lot faster.
For Welland in the bottom of the second, they had 1 run, 3 hits, 2 men left on base, and there was 1 Merritton error. The shortstop, number 8, Matt Brady.
Okay, I think we're back now. We're having such a good stream, too. Oh, look, there's Rocco. Top of the third inning, we were interrupted a little bit there. We may have saw Corey LeGros drive in Joe Mahalev for the first run of the ball game. Welland Pioneers lead 1-0 here as we're in the top of the third now. It'll be Matt Brady, Adam Hope, and Mark Fusco, the 3 men due up for Merritton here this half inning. Again, sorry about the interruption there. We hope that doesn't happen again tonight. The camera is so far away from me here in Welland Stadium. On the ground, Blake Cower firing in time for out number 1. Boy, Cower making a spot start at shortstop in the absence of Scott Cole, and he's holding it down
Now
well
batting
so
the
far.
second baseman. Number 2, Adam Hope.
Gower's made some good plays over there. So moving right along, this is Adam Hope. 1 for 1. He singled his last time up. One of 2 hits for Merritton the first time through the lineup on Ben Baltrasunas. In the dirt, ball 1. Just want to quickly take a look at how these two teams stacked up in the regular season. I can make a little graphic here for you. Welland won the head-to-head matchup 4-0, and they outscored Merritton by a margin of 41-13. And as you can see, Welland leads in most of the categories: offense, defense, team average, team ERA. And they are the heavy favorites to take this series. Obviously, finishing the regular season with the best record helps, but Welland's also the benefactor of having nearly 2 weeks off. Cut on and miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Ben Baltrasunas is out number 2 here in the top of the 3rd.
Now batting the catcher, number 16, Mark Fusco.
So now in stands Mark Fusco, catching today for Merritton. Walked in the first inning and then was stranded there. Mark went 7 for 10 in that series with the Expos, 3 games. Ball true, fires, and that's going to sail away. 2 balls, no strikes to Mark Fusco. And again, you don't know if Ben Baltrue is just staying away from Mark because he knows how hot of bat he has right now. But 4-pitch walk to him back in the first inning, and now he's already trailing 2 balls, 1 strike. Baltrue fires, and that one hits the dirt, 3-1. Hitters count for Mark Fusco. Let's see what he does here. Had the green light. And he was ready to unleash one. That was a home run swing from number 16. Payoff pitch. 2 down in the top of the 3rd. Let's see what Ben Baltrue does here. He got him. Strike 3. Well, Baltrue rings up a pair, and he sits down the Alliance. 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 3rd. Bottom half coming up. When we come back, stick with us through the break.
Third, the right fielder, number 27, Mark Jaroslawski.
Yeah, welcome back, NDBA fans, to the bottom of the third inning. We got a good one here tonight for you. Game 1 of our coverage of the semifinal matchup between the Merritton Alliance and Welland Pioneers. It's a 5-game set that will take place starting tonight and wrap up next Sunday if necessary. That would be Game 5. Condensed schedule with 5 games in 10 days for these teams. Game 2 kicks off Friday night from George Taylor Field. Unfortunately, that night we will be in Beamsville covering Game 1 of the Cannons and Yellow Jackets series. We'll have that one for you at 7:30. Little tapper from Jaroslawski, foul, and it's 2 balls and a strike to the Welland right fielder. Yarrow is 0 for 1 tonight. He flied out on a deep fly ball to center field. Shot from Raimondo sails down and in. 3 balls and a strike. Raimondo has held his team in it so far through the first 2 innings. He's had a lot of base runners. Merritton defense has played very well behind him today. On the ground, Adam Hope ranging to his left, and the little throw is just in time. Nail biter there. Adam Hope lobbing it into first. In time to get Mark Jaroslawski for out number 1. Only just
Now
though.
batting the first baseman, number 24, Brian Lepp.
And you know, that's the kind of gamer Yarrow is. Even on a weak ground ball to the second baseman, he's going to run that one out. And he made it a close play there. Yarrow 0 for 2 tonight. So now up comes Brian Lepp, the first baseman. Lepp is also 0 for 1. He grounded out softly to third base his first time up. Pokes that one foul, and it's quickly 0-2. Mentioned in inning number 2, Raimondo seemingly not hitting his spots, but he's coming back here in the third and proving me wrong. Looking clean so far. He's got Lepp 0-2, and he takes a clean cut, fouls it off. Mark Fusco doing the catching for Mateo Raimondo, and Mark is very methodical behind the plate. He's been in this league a long time, and he knows what can throw off any one of these batters. 0-2 again is just upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strike. Oh, that one looked like it was going to sail in from Raimondo. Breaking ball's been working, but he's left a couple hanging. In the dirt, and it's 2-2 to Brian Lepp. Lepp was part of the 6 men on this Welland team that got pretty regular action. Lepp saw 66 at-bats this year and collected 19 RBI. Down low again, and it's 3-2. Raimondo has had his hands full with Brian Lepp all night so far, and he's worked him into a full count again. Payoff. Downstairs once again, ball 4. So patience pays off for Brian Lepp. He's aboard with 1 down in the bottom of the third.
Now batting the shortstop, number 26, Blake Cower.
So here comes Blake Cower. He's played a good game in the field tonight. 0 for 1 with the sticks. He flied out to left field his first time up. Drew Chappelle had to make a nice leaping catch to take that one away and save a run. Maybe even 2. That one hung up there a while. Mundo collects the sign, and the 1-0. Popped up from Cower, right side. Coming in is Jeff Young. He makes the grab for the second out in the third.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Nick Buckborough.
So now here comes the catcher, Nick Buckborough, as you just heard on the stream there. Nick walked back in the second inning, and he was cut down on his way to second base. Takes the first pitch upstairs. It's 2 down here in the bottom of the third. And Brian Lepp is over at first by virtue of a walk. Shot in there from Raimondo. Strike 1. Buckborough looking to add to his team's early lead. Pioneers are up 1-0 on an RBI single by Corey LeGros. Two balls and a strike now. That one's in the dirt again, 3-1. I was talking to some of the guys on the Merritton bench before the game today, saying they were looking for a vintage moment from one of their guys tonight. They're leading things off with Mateo Raimondo. And he's held them into the ball game so far. Deals outside there. That's Raimondo's 5th walk of the ball game. Scratch that 4th walk of the ball game, and it puts runners on first and second with 2 down
Now
here.
batting the second baseman, number 22, Joe Mahila.
That's another thing Mark Fusco does well, is he's able to settle down his pitcher when they get a little wily. There's a couple times there in game 1 of that Expos series where he had to come out and settle down Cam McKnight. Cam settled right into that ball game. Pitched 7 and picked up the win. Likely won't see Cam McKnight until game 2 or 3, and 2 is even stretching it. Cam pitched 12 innings, 2 complete games in that Expos series. Practically won it for him. So they're taking a big cut on his first swing. This is Joe Mahalev, the second baseman. Joe grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. Could have been 2, but he legged it out. Firing inside there. 1-1. And I think the experience that Joe brings to this ball club is intangible. But the 368 average that he put up in the regular season is a nice little bonus. Joe had a good year in his first time in Pioneers threads. Two down in the bottom of the third, the 2-1 from Raimondo. Breaking ball upstairs, 3-1. Well, Raimondo with 4 walks on the evening already. He's managed to spread them out and keep the damage low. Let's see what he gives Mahalev here, the 3-1. Shot past him for strike 2. This is a big pitch here. If the inning continues for Kevin Murphy, we may have a situation. Payoff pitch to Joe Mahalev. 2 down in the third. Popped up, fouled back over the booth. So everyone will reset. Runners were off on the pitch, understandably so. Pioneers looking to build on a 1-0 lead that they collected in the bottom of the second. Raimondo resets. Payoff once again. Up and in, ball 4. So second straight walk issued by Mateo Raimondo, and it loads the bases. Now in stands the left fielder Kevin Murphy, number 14 in the program. Bases loaded here, 2 down in the third. Takes the first pitch, strike from Raimondo. 3 walks in the inning for Mateo has loaded the bases. It's a shame because Merritton defense has played well tonight. He should just let him hit the ball. Another shot in there from Raimondo, strike 2. Murphy, his only strikeout victim thus far, so he could be attacking where he sees a weak spot. See what he gives him here, 0-2, 2 outs. Bases are loaded. And Murph shoots that one down the right side, and it tails foul. Good little shot there from Kevin Murphy. He was just a half second ahead of it. Oh, 2 again from Raimondo. Let's see what he gives him here. Breaking ball. Just upstairs, 1-2. Anxiously awaiting the results of this inning, Raimondo has dragged it on, and he's walked the bases loaded. 1-2. Just a bit inside, 2 balls, 2 strike. That was a good pitch. I think Murph wanted to offer on that, and he realized in the last second. Able to hold off. 2-2. Got him. Strike 3. Kevin Murphy down by the K for the second time tonight. Pioneers leave him loaded in the third, but still cling to a 1-0 lead. Top 4 coming up when we come back. Stick with us through the break.
Leading off for Merritton in the top of the 4th inning, the center fielder, number 12, Cole Cote.
Yeah, we welcome you back, NDBA fans, to Welland Stadium, the spot for Game 1 of our semifinal matchup between the Welland Pioneers and Merritton Alliance. Corey LeBlanc joining you from up here in the booth. We got a good one on our hands, a 1-0 game between the Pioneers and Alliance. We're in the top of the 4th, and the starter, Ben Baltrasunas, is still dealing, coming off his first 1-2-3 inning back in the 3rd. And he's got to deal with Cole Cote, Dave Collins, and Jeff Young. It's the 5, 6, 7 batters for Merritton. So Cole Cote starting things off. Flight out to center field. A diving catch by Frankie Barber to end the top of the 1st inning. Frank Barber made a couple plays in that inning to rob Ben Collins and Cole Cote of base hits. In fact, probably doubles. The 1-2 pitches in the dirt from Baltrasunas, and it's now 2-2 to Cole Cote. Cole's also come up with a nice grab in center field tonight. Won't take anything away from him there. Another breaking ball from Baltrasunas dies and falls in the dirt. And Cole Cote's worked the count full here. It's the 3-2 pitch from Baltrasunas to Cole Cote. Nobody down. Got him. Strike 3. That is the 3rd consecutive strikeout, 3rd overall on the night for Baltrasunas.
Batting the first baseman, number 1, Dave Collins.
So 1 out now here in the 4th, and it's Dave Collins standing in. Dave grounded out to the 3rd baseman, Chico Anderi, coming across to make a nice play. That was back in the 2nd inning. They've had a really good series against the Expos. And remember, this is Welland's first game back after the round 1 bye that they had. Nearly 2 weeks off for them. Chance to recover a little bit. Taking there is Dave Collins for strike number 2, and he's in the hole now, 0-2. Baltrasunas working quickly now as he settles into this ball game. The 0-2 to Dave Collins. Sails away. Good spot though from Ben as he tries to cut down a good batter in Dave Collins. Right back up the middle. That one's going to slap off his foot. Recovers quickly and in time to get Dave Collins. Well, Baltru looks no worse for wear after taking that ball off the foot. Seemed to have hit his cleat pretty squarely on the bottom. And he's able to move around with no trouble, so nobody's any worse for wear. 2 down now in the 4th.
The right fielder, number 3, Jeff Young.
And it brings up Jeff Young, the right fielder. Jeff was plunked by Ben Baltru on the first pitch. That was back in the 2nd inning. Shot, sails down and in from Ben Baltru, ball 1. 2 down in the 4th. We're not seeing the big bats that we're used to from these two clubs tonight, that's for sure. And who knew coming into tonight that these two clubs would be locking into a pitcher's duel? Especially with the 7th ranked team ERA in the Merritton Alliance coming into tonight. Shot inside, 2-1 on Jeff Young. Merritton looking for just any kind of action here, a base runner, something. They've been stymied here the last 2 innings. Shot in there for strike 2. And I was chatting with some of the guys down on the field, talking about how it wasn't going to be very much quiet time in this series and that a 2-1 score wouldn't hold up. Well, look at it now. Swung on and missed, and Bucky's going to catch it for strike number 3. So another quick inning there from Ben Baltru. Make it 7 in a row. Retired from the Welland sophomore. 1-0 Pioneers as we go to the second half of our ball game. Stick with us through the break. Yeah, welcome back, NDBA fans, to the bottom of the fourth, second half of our coverage here from Welland Stadium tonight. Look at that little bit of camaraderie there between Mark Fusco and Corey LeGros. A couple of old school guys playing senior men's baseball here in Niagara. Game 1 of our series here between the Welland Pioneers and the Merritton Alliance.
The DH, number 44, Corey LeGros.
So it's still Mateo Raimondo on the hill for Merritton. He's diving deep into this game. There is action in the bullpen, however, as Corey LeGros takes the first pitch deep to left field. It's Drew Chappelle out there. He makes the grab for out number 1.
Now batting the center fielder, number 25, Frank Barber.
So now up comes Frankie Barber, third time through the lineup for Welland tonight. And Frank is 1 for 1 with a walk tonight. Singled back in the second inning. That was his last time up. Mundo's pitched well tonight. He's only allowed 3 hits, but the walks have been an issue. Give him 5 on the evening. And he's racked up a lot of base runners, but I think more importantly, Welland has stranded a lot of base runners. 7 left on through their first 3 innings. They got to start cashing in some of these runs. I have a feeling that 1-0 isn't going to hold up once it's all said and done tonight. Shot from Raimondo falls in, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Frankie Barber. Place fell eerily silent there on that throw there from Raimondo. Sails away, and it's 3-1 now. Again, walks have been part of the problem tonight for Merritton. Popped up, left field again. It's deep, going back Chappelle, and he's underneath that one again for out number 2. Oh, Frank Barber.
Now batting the third baseman, number 3, Chico Anderi.
Yeah, sorry, Frankie Barber audibly upset with himself after that one. I don't know if you could hear him shout no as he popped that one into left. Knows he missed it by a fraction of an inch. So up comes Chico and Derry now. 2 for 2 tonight is the Welland third baseman. Grounds it softly to Adam Hope at second, ranging to his left. And he fires in time for out number 3. So a quick inning there for the Merritton Alliance on defense as they keep it close. It's 1-0 Pioneers as we head to the top of the 5th. Stick with us through the break. We got a good one tonight.
And in the top of the 5th inning, the DH, number 6, Steve Maurice.
And welcome back, baseball fans, to Welland Stadium, locale for Game 1 of our series here between the Merritton Alliance and Welland Pioneers. Thanks for joining us tonight, this Wednesday night. Beautiful night for baseball again in Niagara. Sun is gone for the night. And we got clear skies here. Ben Baltrasunas gearing up for his 5th inning of work, and he deals with Steve Maurice. And Stevie pops one into right field, a base hit. Maurice 2 for 2 tonight. And he kicks things off here in the 5th.
The left fielder, number 26, Drew Chappelle.
The Alliance really hadn't got much going. That snaps a 7-in-a-row retired streak by Ben Baltrasunas and the Welland defense. And it brings up Drew Chappelle. Drew's 0 for 1 tonight, grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. Rips that one foul over us here in the booth. This is not an unsurmountable hole here. Welland only trailing 1-0, and they're going to play some small ball here. On the ground, Ben Baltrasunas in time. Sack bunt Drew Chappelle. And he moves it along. That may be what they're going to have to do tonight.
Third baseman, number 15, Ben Collins.
And I think it's important as a squad that you recognize when the time for that is. Pioneers with just 3 hits over 4 innings, or 5 1/3 now, and they're not going to squander this opportunity leadoff single. And they'll turn the lineup over for the 3rd time tonight. This is the leadoff man, Ben Collins. Ben is at 3rd tonight, and he's 0 for 2. Flied out to center field and ground out to the shortstop. Taking there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Lots of eyes peeking in tonight. Trying to see the outcome of this one. Looks like it's going to go to the wire here tonight. Shot sails away from Ben Collins, and it's 2-1. Ben had a pretty good series against the Expos in the leadoff spot for them. In game number 3, he was 3 for 3 with 4 runs scored. It's up 3-1 here on Ben Baltru. The runner at second is Steve Maurice. Upstairs, ball 4. That is just the second walk issued by Ben Baltru tonight, and it puts runners on first and second with
Now
one
batting
down.
the shortstop, number 8, Matt Brady.
So here's a chance now for Merritton to come back in this ball game. They got 1 out. Runners on first and second, and it's the heart of the order now. Kicking things off, the number 2 man, Matt Brady. Second in the lineup, number 8 in the score sheet. Playing shortstop tonight. And he takes the first pitch strike from Ben Baltru. Brady batted .346 on the regular season. He was as steady as she goes in terms of production. Takes that one down low. Ball and a strike. And Matt has become kind of the pseudo-captain here in Merritton. He, along with Mark Fusco, do a lot of the decision-making in the clubhouse. Waving at that one. Good breaking ball from Baltrasunas. Brady in the hole, 1-2. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. And Welland clinging to a 1-0 lead. Let's see what Ben Baltru gives here. Foul tipped, and Buckborough can't cling on to it there. So Brady stays alive. Just got a piece of that. So we'll redo the 1-2. Matt Brady stands in. Chance to draw even here with a base hit. Steve Maurice can fly. On the ground. Could be 2. Blake Cower collects and fires to first in time for 1. Brady looks a little flustered by that. He might have thought he beat the throw. But he's called out. And he's the second out here of inning number 5. Brady does the job, though, as he pushes the runners along, and he brings up Adam Hope. Hope playing second base tonight. He's 1 for 2 on the evening. Little tapper in front of the mound. Buckborough with plenty of time. Gets to first in time for out number 3. So Merritton threatening. They strand a couple base runners. Still 1-0 Pioneers as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. Stick with us through the break. Yeah, welcome back, baseball fans, to the bottom of the 5th inning. A little bit late there. Just had to do a quick battery change so we don't lose any of the action anymore. And kicking things off here in the bottom of the 5th is Mark Yaroslavsky. Mark is 0 for 2 tonight against Mateo Raimondo. He grounds to first base. Good stab there by Ben Collins. He makes the play. Sorry, Dave Collins at first. One down. And Dave made a good stab there. He was on his knees.
Now batting the first baseman, number 24, Brian Lepp.
And he was able to lunge across there to rob Mark Yaroslavsky of a hit. 0 for 3 tonight is the league's leading hit getter. A very rare 0 for. So along we go. Brian Lepp, takes a big cut at the first pitch. Losing it here. There's a lot going on between innings. So we settle back in, bottom 5. And another shot from Raimondo there, just missing downstairs. 1-1. This has been a different kind of ball game than I expected to see when I rolled up to the diamond tonight. Especially with the way that I know that these two teams can score runs, I was not expecting 1-0 at this point in the ball game. Mateo Raimondo and Ben Baltrasunas are dealing so far here tonight. Shot upstairs on Brian Lepp, and it's 3-1 to the Welland first baseman. Up and away from Raimondo, ball 4.
Now batting the shortstop, number 26, Blake Cowell.
So that's the 6th walk issued from Raimondo tonight. Mentioned in the last inning that Welland has stranded 7 base runners. Well, they need to collectively do something about their RISP. Hard shot, caught on a dime by Ben Collins. What a grab, and he doubles up at first base. What a play at the hot corner by Ben Collins. My word. We'll get that one on replay all night long. What a play to end the bottom of the 5th. Need a minute to cool off after that one. Top 6 coming up when we come back. My word.
in the top of the 6th inning. The catcher, number 16, Mark Fusco.
Well, and welcome back, baseball fans, to the top of the 6th inning. We got a good one going here between the Pioneers and Alliance. 1-0 the score for the home team to this point. Still cooling off from that Ben Collins play at third base to end that half inning. That may be on par with the best play I've seen all year in the NDBA. That was a hot shot to third base. So Fusco on the ground to Blake Coward, short, and it eats him up. A bounce goes the Merritton Alliance way here in the top of the 6th, and they're cooking. Leadoff man aboard.
Now batting the center fielder, number 12, Cole Cote.
We'll call that E6, as that bounce was manageable from Blake Coward, but honestly, that's a tough one. If you're playing anywhere in that infield, then you know what a tough break that kind of hop can be. And Blake Coward on the wrong end of that one. So Baltru checking on Fusco. Nobody down here in the top of the 6th. And Cole Cote, the center fielder, stands in. Cole is 0 for 2 tonight. Flied out to center. Great catch by Frankie Barber out there. And a strikeout looking. Dave Collins waiting on deck. Shot. This is going to find the gap in right center field and go all the way to the wall. Jaroslawski playing it, and he'll fire in. It's a double for Cole Cote here in the top of the 6th. First extra base hit for either side tonight, and Merritton has something going here.
Now batting the first baseman, number 1, Dave Collins.
So this has been their best chance all night to strike. Merritton now with runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out here in the top of the 6th. This is Dave Collins, the first baseman. Dave is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to the third baseman and the pitcher tonight. Takes a first pitch strike from Ben Baltru. Tough night for both squads offensively. And again, when I rolled up to the ballpark, I wasn't expecting a 2-1 ball game, but that may be what we're in store for tonight. Big cut there from Dave, and he's in the hole, 0-2. Pitchers have worked their way in and out of jams all night tonight. This is the first legitimate shot for Merritton tonight. 0-2. Got him. Huge pitch from Ben Baltrasunas there as he cuts down Dave Collins for out number 1.
Now batting the right fielder, number 19, Chris Sawatsky.
So now we got a pinch hitter in the ball game. Chris Sawatsky, number 19, is going to take over for Jeff Young in right field. And Chris has been put in this spot before. He's no stranger to big moments. On the season, Sawatsky just batted 185, though, 2 RBI in 27 at-bats. So maybe Merritton looking for a different look here. Steve Maurice, 2 for 2, is waiting on deck. That was a big cut there from Sawatsky, and he's in the hole 0-2. Baltersoon is trying to work around a couple of leadoff men aboard. Cut on and fouled off from Sawatsky. I lost my voice there for a minute. No bueno. It's Mark Fusco at third. Cole Cote standing at second with a double. One out. The 0-2 to Sawatsky is put in play, and Derry's going to fire home, and the throw is offline. Fusco is in to score. Coming in behind him is Cole Cote. It's a 2-1 Merritton Alliance lead. Alliance have chipped and chipped and chipped away at Ben Baltrew and the Welland Pioneers defense, and it comes into score, or it comes to fruition here.
Now batting the DH, number 6, Steve Maurice.
It's an E5 on the throw from Chico and Derry. And 2 runs plate for the away team here. On the ground, could be 2. Blake Coward, a second for 1. Mahalev to first, not in time. Maurice able to run it out. And he keeps the inning alive. This is the number 9 batter, Drew Chappelle.
Now batting the left fielder, number 26, Drew Chappelle.
If you're just joining us now, you just missed the 2 runs coming to score for Merritton on the little tapper from Chris Sawatsky. Right back to Baltrasunas, who fires to first in time to retire the side. So the Alliance take a 2-1 lead on a little nubber from Chris Sawatsky. And that's how we stand through 6 or 5.5 innings. Bottom 6 coming up when we come back.
Leading off for Welland in the bottom of the 6th inning, the catcher, number 5, Nick Buckborough.
And welcome back, baseball fans, after that brief intermission to our coverage here from Welland Stadium. It's Game 1 of this best-of-5 series between the Alliance and Pioneers. And we've still got Mateo Raimondo on the hill for Merritton, coming out for his 6th inning of work. He'll have to face Nick Buckborough, Joe Mahalev, and Kevin Murphy, the 6, 7, 8 batters for Welland tonight. It's the first time tonight Mateo stands on the mound with the lead. This team coming through for 2 runs in that last half inning. And now all they have to do is settle in and cruise. Mateo's gotten in a couple of jams tonight that he's had to work his way out of. Buckborough to straightaway center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Plops about 10 feet in front of Cole Cote, and Welland's got the leadoff man aboard.
The second baseman, number 22, Joe Mahalev.
So now the home squad trying to answer back after coughing up the lead there in the top of the 6th. They got the leadoff man aboard, and now this is Joe Mahalev. 0 for 1 tonight is Joe. Grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd, and he later scored. He's the lone run tonight for Welland. It's been legitimately all of the offense tonight summed up in a nutshell. RBI single by Corey LeGros back in the second. On the ground and past the diving Dave Collins, a base hit. Sorry, that is Ben Collins over there at third. I keep getting them mixed up tonight. So Ben comes up with a great diving stop in the fifth, and he comes up empty-handed right there.
Kevin Murphy.
First 2 men aboard for Welland here in the sixth. And now up comes Kevin Murphy. Kevin's been a strikeout victim twice tonight. Can redeem himself with a base hit here. Could tie the game. Nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth right now. Showing bunt. And they're going to go and throw it, and that's going to get into center field. Nobody covering second, so the runners will advance on the overthrow. And now something's really brewing here for Welland. So now a couple runners in position for Murphy. Again, he struck out twice tonight by the hand of Mateo Raimondo. Shot sails up high. 2 balls, no strike to Kevin Murphy. Nick Buckborough at third, Joe Mahalev at second. One's down low, and it's 3-0. There was action in the Merritton pen in the last inning, and it's since quieted down over there. Zach DeCare has been their late man, and he's available tonight for them. 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Murphy's ahead in the count, 3-1. And he's looking for a dagger here, bottom of the sixth. Sails away, ball 4. Murphy aboard for the first time tonight. Bases are loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. So this is the biggest jam that Raimondo has been in tonight. He loaded the bases with 2 outs back in the third inning and was able to escape that with the strikeout. But now there's nobody down here in the bottom of the sixth, and the Alliance finally managed to get their first lead of the night. This is actually a better situation now that the bases are loaded and they can cut down a runner anywhere they choose. They'll need something on the infield grass to cling to their lead. Anything to the right side would also be problematic, although there is no tag to be applied. Beating on the mound includes the umpire right now. So everyone's got the game plan. And Mateo Raimondo is coming out of this ball game. Getting some cheers from the Merritton faithful in attendance tonight. Mateo Raimondo threw 5+ innings. And he leaves the ball game with the bases loaded. We'll be right back. Pitching change from Welland Stadium. Give you the specs when stick with us through the break.
Now pitching for Merritton, number 8, Matt Brady.
Well, welcome back, baseball fans. Bottom 6, bases loaded, nobody out. Pioneers with a chance to strike, but they'll have to do it against the new pitcher. This is Matt Brady into the ball game. Brady pitched in 3 games in the regular season for Merritton, 11 2/3 innings. He allowed 6 earned runs for a 3.6 ERA. But we'll note the 14 strikeouts for Brady. This is popped up behind the plate. Fusco dives and he makes the catch. Oh my. Please tell me we got that. Fusco flops up and makes the
Now
grab.
batting
A
the center
big
fielder,
out.
number 25, Frank Barber.
LeGros having words with Mark Fusco as he crosses the dish there. So now 1 out. Base is still juiced, and this is the center fielder, Frankie Barber. Barber 1 for 2 tonight, singled back in the 2nd, flied out to left field back in the 4th. That was a hot shot. We are going to note the 14 strikeouts in 11 2/3 innings from Matt Brady. Crafty vet keeps batters on their toes, and he's not afraid to go to that fastball to get a strikeout. It's a tall ask for Brady to try to wiggle out of this inning. He inherits the bases loaded from Mateo Raimondo. Breaking ball sails away, 2-0 to Barber. Lions cling to a 2-1 lead. A deep fly ball ties it up. Shot in there for strike 1. And Brady's got to attack the zone here. It's 2-1 to Frank Barber. A walk ties the game. Breaking ball, up and away, 3-1. And now if you're Frank Barber, you know that Matt Brady is going to deliver here with this 3-1 pitch, and you also know that a double play squanders your chance at a tie ball game. Shot into the gap in left center. That's going to get down in front of Drew Chappelle. In to score, Nick Buckborough. Right behind him, Joe Mahalev. It's a 3-2. Pioneers lead. 2 RBI double from Frankie Barber. And the home squad is back on top. And when it's all said and done, that could be the hit of the ball game. Barber coming in clutch. Not out of the woods yet. They got to deal with Chico Anderi now. Runners at 2nd and 3rd.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 3, Chico Anderi.
So Brady comes in, tries to put out the fire, and the Pioneers fan the flames. Outside, 1-1. Still 1 out. Pioneers get the lead back, but they definitely like to pad that a little bit. Shot in there from Brady, strike 2. On the ground, past the diving Adam Hope at 2nd. In to score, Kevin Murphy. Frankie Barber right behind him. It is now a 5-3 Pioneers lead here in the bottom of the 6th. 5-2, sorry. 2 RBI for Anderi there on the single.
Now batting the right fielder, number 27, Mark Jaroslawski.
And that is just how Welland has done it all season long. They've been so clutch. Coming up in big moments are their big players, and Frankie Barber and Chico Anderi showing offs there. And now here comes Mark Jaroslawski, 0 for 3, and he cranks that one to straightaway center field, going back, Cole Cote. And he makes the catch. Tough to see from my angle here at Welland Stadium, but Cote is on that one, and 0 for 4 is Yarrow on the night.
Now batting the first baseman, number 24, Brian Lepp.
So 2 down now, Brian Lepp stands in. Pioneers getting 4 runs in this bottom of the 6th to take a 5-3 lead. First pitch strike from Matt Brady to Brian Lepp. Lepp batted .394 in the regular season. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a couple of walks. Mateo Raimondo gave up 6 walks on the night. Scratch that, 7 walks. On the ground, the shortstop is Adam Hope now, and he fires across in time to end the inning. So the Pioneers strike for 4 and take a 3-run lead into the top of the 7th inning. Stick with us through the break. Penultimate frame coming up.
The third baseman, number 15, Ben Collins.
Well, welcome back, baseball fans, to the top of the 7th inning. Thanks for sticking with us tonight. Game 1 of our coverage of this best-of-5 series between the Pioneers and Alliance. Pioneers coming through for 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th to take a 5-2 lead. And Merritton will have to once again dig themselves out of a hole against Ben Baltrasunas and the Welland defense. And kicking things off here is Ben Collins, the third baseman. Been mixing him and his brother up all night. They've been playing the corners of the infield. Ben coming up with a highlight reel play tonight at third. And now he needs a highlight reel moment here on offense if his team wants a shot at coming back. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Baltrasunas looking to go complete in this game tonight. He did that 2 times in the regular season in 6 starts. Collins fouls that one off, 2-2. Welland's got a flurry of good starters that they can call upon in this series. The likely next candidate is Willis Newton, strikeout king in the NDBA. That one off the helmet from Ben Collins. Shakes it off and trots down to first base. Second hit batter for Ben Baltrasunas tonight. And the leadoff man's aboard for Merritton here in the top of the 7th.
Now batting the pitcher, number 8, Matt Brady.
So now here comes Matt Brady. Took over at pitcher there in the 6th inning and did a pretty good job at working out of a jam. One of those runs scored against him, or was scored against him and not Mateo Raimondo. So Brady fouls off the first pitch. And he's down 0-1. There's nobody out here in the top of the 7th. That one sails away 1-1. The Alliance said they really wanted to take game 1 of this series. They have the most complete lineup that they'll feature in the first 3 games tonight. They'll be relying on some reserves in games 2 and 3, especially they mentioned specifically that Sunday night game, or that Sunday afternoon game. Sunday sermon, as they call it. They'll be a little bit thin that day. 1-1 to Matt Brady. That one sails down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Of course, you want to win all the games, but if you can take one from this red-hot Welland team, you got to do it when you can. Welland's won 10 games in a row coming into this one. Shot up the middle. Cower struggles with it. He fires to first, and it's offline. So that one gets out of play, says the home plate umpire, and Matt Brady's going to move to second. It's an error on the throw from Blake Cower. That's the second error from the Welland defense tonight. Jerry Seawright's going to come out of the dugout here, and we may have seen the end of Ben Baltrasunas tonight. Merritton gave up their 2-1 lead in the last half inning, and now the first 2 runners are aboard here in the 7th. So not done yet. Hit batter and an error has put runners on here for Merritton. Welland doing a good job of shooting themselves in the foot so far. So here comes the second baseman, Adam Hope. Cranks it into center. Right at Frankie Barber. It's going to plop in for a base hit. And to score, Ben Collins, make it 5-3 Pioneers now in the top of the 7th. Down, but never out.
The catcher, number 16, Mark Fusco.
It's an RBI single for Adam Hope. He put up a few of those in the first series against the Expos, and he's coming back here in game 1 of this Welland series to try to put a dent in that lead. So Jerry Seawright out for the second time in a row, and Ben Baltrasunas is getting the hook here in the 7th. To the bullpen we go. New pitcher for Welland when we come back after this short break. Stick with us. Well, and welcome back, baseball fans, to the top of the 7th inning. Hope you didn't go anywhere. This one's not quite over here. Nobody out in the 7th, and the runners are on 1st and 3rd for Merritton. It's Mark Fusco, number 16, the catcher. First one to face Abraham Baez, the new pitcher for the Pioneers, standing in. Baez in 7 games this season, 12 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed 6 earned runs for a 3.32 ERA. 11 strikeouts over those 12 2/3 for Abraham, and he'll need one probably here to cut down the Alliance without any further damage. They're clinging to a 5-3 lead and looking to put away Merritton in Game 1. Shot from Baez just a bit upstairs, and it's 2-1 to Mark Fusco. Shot there, swing and a miss from Fusco, 2 balls, 2 strike. These are big moments here. Tying run is at first base. That's Adam Hope. The 2-2 to Mark Fusco is on the ground. Blake Howard, could be 2. Shovels to second for 1. On to first. Got him! Double play! Matt Brady comes in to score on that one. But that is a huge double play from the Welland Pioneers defense. The bases are clear. And now there are 2 down. Pioneers down to their last out. Or sorry, Alliance down to their last out, sorry. Big play from the Pioneers. We'll make it 5-4 now. Bases clear, 2 down. This is Cole Cote, the center fielder. Watches the first pitch drop in for ball 1. So Baez comes in, and he gets the first 2 outs on the first batter. 1 out away from taking Game 1 of this series. Big swing and a miss from Cote there. 1-1. Next action for the NDBA live stream is Friday night in Beamsville. That one kicking off at 7:30. We'll have Game 1 of that series. Shot away from Baez, 2 balls and a strike. Cole Colte already with a double in this game. He split the gap in right center. Merritton needs another big hit from him here. Now, Dave Collins, the first baseman, waiting on deck. He's 0 for 3 tonight. The 2-1 from Baez. Shot down the third base side, and Derry stops it. He fires, and it's not in time. Well, the throw escaped Brian Lepp at first base anyways. I don't think it would have been in time regardless, but what an effort there from Chico Anderi to A, get a hold of that ball, and then B, try to make the throw. We'll call that one an infield single by Cole Cote. And it keeps the line moving here. Jerry Seawright back out to talk to his pitcher. It's a good bat at the plate here, and they are going to go to the pen. So Abraham Baez getting the nod from his teammates as he walks off the mound. We'll have another pitching change from Welland Stadium when we come back. Stick with us through the break. Welcome back, baseball fans. Brief intermission there as we get set to warm up the new pitcher for Welland. They're really looking to take this one. They got the right-left matchups and all. New pitcher here is Willis Newton. Thought for sure we'd see Willis start game 2, and we just might yet. He's only got to get one more out. And he's taken his team to a victory here in game number 1. He'll deal with Dave Collins. First baseman, 0 for 3 tonight is Dave. Shot is outside from Willis, and it's 2-0 to Dave Collins. Couple reasons Welland could have brought in a lefty here. Number 1 is it makes it harder for Cole Cote to steal second base and move into scoring position. Number 2 is Willis was their number 1 strikeout getter in 2023. He led the team with 46 in 37 innings pitched. So they got a good arm here in Willis, and they only need one more out. He has yet to get a strike, though. He's down 3-0 to Dave Collins here. There's another arm warming in the bullpen for Welland. The 3-0 to Dave Collins is outside, ball 4. So Merritton down to their final out, and they're not going to go away without a fight. Now the pinch hitter, Chris Sawatsky, stands in. Chris got a bit of luck back in the 6th inning. He grounded the ball softly to Chico Anderi at third, and Chico made a bit of a wild throw. Tried to nab the play at home, and a couple runs scored as a result. First pitch is a ball inside.
Batting the right fielder, number 19, Chris Sawatsky.
5 balls, no strikes for Willis Newton so far. In the dirt, 2-0. Pioneers brought in Willis Newton to try to put out the Flames here. And he's thrown 6 balls in a row. Comes back with a strike. Definitely needed that one. 2 balls and a strike to Chris Sawatsky. Teammates call him Sauce. Hot shot through the left side, a base hit. Cole Cote's getting the wave around home. The throw in from left field is not in time. Chris Sawatsky ties the ball game with an RBI single. And we got a ball game. 5-5 in the top of the 7th. So looking for more now. This is Steve Maurice. Steve is 2 for 3 tonight, couple of singles, and he grounded into a fielder's choice. He bats here with 2 down and runners at first and second. Chance to really dial it up here. Chops that one foul.
Now batting number 4, Mateo Ramundo.
Welland led 1-0 for much of this game. Merritton struck for 2 runs in the 6th to lead it 2-1, and then in the bottom half, Welland got 4 on him. 3 runs for Merritton here in the top of the 7th, and they got him. Strike 3. So the Alliance tie the ball game. They cash in 3 runs in the top of the 7th to make this one interesting. Bottom 7 coming up. Let's see what the Pioneers have in store when we come back.
Leading off for Welland in the bottom of the 7th inning, the shortstop, number 26, Blake Cower.
Well, welcome back, baseball fans, to a riveting game here from Welland Stadium, Game 1 of our coverage of this best-of-5 series between the Alliance and Pioneers. Blake Cower pops the first pitch up on the infield, and over there to make the grab is Dave Collins, one down. If you are just joining us, the Pioneers led 1-0 for most of this ball game until the 6th inning, when
Now
the Alliance struck for
the catcher,
2.
number 5, Nick Buckbarrow.
They took a 2-1 lead into the bottom of the 6th when Welland cashed in for 4 to take a 5-2 lead. And then you just saw the Alliance clutch up, score 3 runs in the top of the 7th to tie this ball game, and now here we stand, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th, a 5-5 ball game. So if this is a precedent to what the rest of the series has in store, we're in for a good one. Chopped on the infield, the pitcher Mateo Raimondo bobbles it. Oh no, that's Cole Cote now at second base. A flurry of defensive changes happened for Merritton that I wasn't partial to.
Now batting the second baseman, number 22, Joe Mahile.
So it looks like Cole Cote moved into second base. Raimondo might have found his place in the outfield somewhere. Or maybe Chris Sawatsky man's right. I don't know. Swinging strike there from... Who do we got now? We got Joe Mahalev. Joe is 1 for 2 tonight. Single and a walk. He's also scored 2 runs. Taking there. And just missing is Brady. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball from Brady. Finds the zone for strike 2. Matt Brady took over pitching duties back in the 6th. Starting pitcher Mateo Raimondo loaded the bases with nobody out, and then Brady was forced to clean up the mess. Did a pretty good job of it. Although about right now he's wishing he had given up 3 runs instead of 4.
Seriously, I'm going, how did this guy get 13 home runs? I got all done. Oh my God.
Count is 2-2 to Joe Mahalev.
Worst hitters I've seen, like ever.
Runner at first is Nick Buckbarrow. Just missing his spot there, and the count is full now. Mahalev's had a good night on both sides of the ball. He's made a few miscues on defense, but overall has played well in the second base spot for Welland. Pops this one. It's going deep. Way, way back. And gone! Joe Mahalev walks off the Alliance in game number 1. A 2-run shot. And the number 1 seed from the regular season caps off game 1 in fantastic style. Final score from Welland Stadium, Pioneers 7, Alliance 5. What a ball game. Well, on behalf of everybody here at NDBA Senior, we would like to thank you for joining us for this presentation of playoff baseball. My name is Corey LeBlanc, sitting in the booth here at Welland Stadium. Join us on Friday night for game number 1 of our 5-game series between the Beamsville Dwello Jackets and the Fort Erie Cannons. Until then, stay safe, have a great night all. We'll see you next time.